I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Flagler Beach candidates for mayor square off in a debate last night moderated by the Palm Coast Flagler of Commerce's Junior Chamber and sponsored by WNZF. Candidates Susie Johnston and Kim Carney were asked about how they'd deal with the COVID-19 pandemic, which continues to affect employment and homelessness. Carney, a real estate agent and former city commissioner who ran for county commission in 2020 but lost to Dave Sullivan, says she'd continue to engage with the county on all of these issues.
As mayor, I will be involved in helping to place homeless individuals. I currently am involved in the cold weather shelter at Church on the Rock. I am called to do that as a Christian first and foremost. I am familiar with many faith-based and civic organizations that help people in need. As mayor, I will continue to build on those relationships. In May, I helped Mayor Provencher bring the food distribution to Flagler Beach. I am about getting it done, not sitting on the issue.
Johnston, who's a Flagler Beach native and also a real estate agent, weighed in.
When the beach was shut down for a number of weeks, during that period of time, that's when the businesses were affected. But post-shutdown, now some of the businesses we're seeing are having sales records, and they're tracking positive. And even with the 50% capacity, when we had that, some of our local businesses, they saw increases. But in Flagler Beach, during the pandemic, Flagler Beach had 3 new businesses open. So Flagler Beach, we were different because in Florida, we stayed open compared to other areas of the country.
Candidate Patrick Quinn was also invited to take part in the mayoral debate but did not participate. The election in Flagler Beach is March 2nd. The winner will take over for Mayor Linda Provencher, who isn't running for re-election. January was a busy month for Flagler County's COVID-19 call center, John Arking reports.
Emergency Management Director Jonathan Lord says it was a blockbuster month for the call center for a very specific reason.
In early January, when the state started rolling vaccines out, they weren't quite ready to take appointments. So Flagler County, for us locally, we stood up a call center here at the Emergency Operations Center, which we typically do for hurricanes anyway. So we stood up a system temporarily until the state could get ready, and we received more phone calls in the month of January than we ever have before for previous disasters. So well over 22,000 phone calls, 99.9% of them looking for appointments for COVID-19 vaccine.
Lord says the call center started January 4th with 3 temporary associates and quickly realized that wasn't going to be enough, necessitating county staff to supplement the effort for 2 days until temporary associates could be hired.
I think the staff did extremely well. We hired on additional temporary staff, some who are still here, as well as used a lot of volunteers. So between the county staff, the temporary staff, and the volunteers, I think they did an amazing job with something that the county was just filling in for until the state was ready for its statewide system.
Lord says they were able to handle whatever was thrown at them, and the statistics bear out their overall success.
There are some growing pains, but I think it's evident that in general it's working. As of this morning, we are number 8 out of 67 counties, so we're in the top 8 for the percent of county residents vaccinated. It seems to be working between that and the amazing work being done by the health department at the fairgrounds, as well as Publix, and even our neighboring counties. Sometimes our residents go to neighboring counties and their residents come to our county. So it seems we're doing, I think, as well as could be based on the current circumstances.
For those who are eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine but have not yet registered, they can visit flaglercounty.org/COVID for details. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
An armed Palm Coast man surrenders peacefully after an 8-hour standoff with Flagler County Sheriff's deputies. Sheriff Rick Staley says his deputies realized the man was having a mental health episode.
This is proof that our de-escalation, crisis negotiation, and SWAT team all working together, training, is paying huge dividends. As the deputies were able to immediately identify the situation and begin to de-escalate it, ultimately resulting in an arrest and no one injured.
48-year-old Charles Zinzao was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Prior to holding up inside the home Friday night, 2 victims who were returning from a bar with Zinzao say he pulled a gun on them and threatened to kill them and himself. He remains behind bars after failing to post $20,000 bail.
What exactly is human trafficking?
Jacksonville FBI Special Agent Lisa Murillo says human trafficking is defined by the recruitment, harboring, and transportation of a victim by force, fraud, or coercion.
It's that modern-day slavery. It's a trafficker using force, fraud, or coercion to control another person, either with sex trafficking or labor trafficking.
Murillo said that there are different types of trafficking. To listen to more of the interview with the two special agents from the FBI, download the Flagler radio app and then go to the Free for All Friday podcast. Tomorrow, Lisa Murillo talks about children being trafficked. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's morning news. I'm Amy Cherry.